Welcome to Superlift Garage Door Openers. In this video, we'll guide you through the setup and operation of your Superlift SDO-5 garage door opener. We'll cover the buttons, what to touch and what not to, how to code and delete remotes, disengage and engage the motor to open the door by hand, install a battery backup, and install a Wi-Fi controller. The buttons are located on the back of the unit. Open the cover. The up and down buttons will open and close the garage door. The only other button you need to touch is the code button for coding new remotes, which we'll cover in the next chapter. It's important not to touch any other buttons, as doing so may require support to fix. When finished, close the cover. To code a new remote, press the code button. On the remote, press the button you wish to code twice. The red dot will flash, then change to standby. The remote is programmed successfully. Test the remote to check the door opens. Repeat these steps for all other remotes. To code a wireless keypad, the steps are similar. Press the code button. On the keypad, enter your PIN. Enter it a second time. The red dot will flash, then change to standby. The keypad is programmed successfully. Test the keypad to check the door opens. The opener can store up to 50 remote codes. To delete all codes, press and hold the code button for approximately 10 seconds. Until the display flashes C. Release the button, all codes are now deleted. In case of a power outage, you can disengage the motor to open the door by hand. To disengage, gently pull on the red disengage cord until you hear the lever click. The carriage is now disengaged from the belt and you can open and close the door by hand. For security, you can still lock the door closed by gently pulling the red cord to close the lever. There are punched holes in the rail to stop the door from opening. To re-engage the motor, make sure the lever is open in the disengaged position. Open the garage door by hand to a position approximately 1 meter off the ground and in a balanced position. Using the red cord, close the lever into the engaged position and press the open button on the remote. After a short time, the opener will self-engage into the carriage. If it doesn't engage the first time, press the remote again and it will engage on the second pass. Your garage door motor is now engaged and ready to operate with the remote. To install a battery backup for use during power outages, which is sold separately, plug the battery into the wire coming out of the unit. Since this motor is gentle, you can rest the battery on top of the motor. The battery backup is now installed. To install the Wi-Fi controller, which is sold separately, locate the USB slot and remove the cover. Insert the Wi-Fi controller into the USB slot. We have a separate video that walks you through setting up the app on your phone. For more information on this and other Superlift products, check your manual or visit our website.